Myself Nupurran and I am Simran Samantra and we are presenting a model on telesurgery using 5G.
Let us imagine a world where physical distance is no longer an issue with regards to medical care, where surgeons can take their skills across the world in an instant. With this is the aim of remote surgery or telesurgery. Telesurgery is the use of technology to create the presence of a surgeon where in reality the person conducting surgery may be half a world across in a distant different location using a high speed internet connection to work on a patient. It involves the use of robotic arms that physically interact with the patient while the surgeon controls it from a different location. So how does it work?
The first instances of this technology use was in Beijing, China, to perform a neurosurgery on a 58-year-old patient 600 kilometers away from the surgeon's location. First, an MRI scan was done on the patient's head, and the patient's local cameras were calibrated accordingly and tested for accuracy. The MRI images and calibration information was then sent to the surgeon. Using this information, the surgeon was then able to mark points of interest, the access points, and the outlines of a tumor, all from the information sent from the patient's location. After the surgeon was comfortable with the calibration, the local nurses fixed the patient's head based on the surgeon's specifications. After that, surgeon began the operation with the assistance of a local surgeon on site in case anything were to go further.
There are usually two cameras utilized throughout the operation, global and local. The global camera provides a top-down view to the entire operation, while the local camera operates from the surgeon's perspective.
Dr. Anwar is a laparoscopic surgeon located in Hamilton at St. Joseph's Healthcare who frequently utilizes the method of telesurgery to operate on his patients hundreds of kilometers away in North Bay, Ontario. There seems to be no issues with regard to lag times or internet connection as these surgeries are performed.
Telesurgery is promising because it has several advantages where when compared to the traditional surgical methods with telesurgery, as we have mentioned, it would eliminate the issue of location. We could provide potentially life-saving medical aids to remote areas and areas impacted by poverty and a lack of medical designing a portable operation room.
With this technology implemented, another point to consider is that telesurgery increases the use of robot assisted surgery, which is frequently used. Nowadays, robot can be used for hip replacement, kidney transplants, and even coronary artery bypass, thus providing the versatility. Furthermore, the robotic arms used in telesurgery offer a greater degree of movement, dexterity, and accuracy than human hands, ultimately translating to greater surgical precision and success. Not only telesurgery offers greater accuracy, but it would also do so in a minimally invasive manner and limit physical damage since robotic systems can translate a surgeon's hand movement into very precise small motions.
This reduces average post-operative hospital stays, which always saves medical costs. This is already happening with this type of surgery such as laparoscopic surgery. Basically, telesurgery exhibits the same benefits of robotic surgery with the added advantage of disregarding physical location, which vastly increases the availability of specialists to treat the patients. Although telesurgery has immense potential, it is difficult to ignore the massive financial cost associated with it.
It would require the implementation of expensive equipment and at least two locations Furthermore, the use of regular telecommunication lines is not very feasible over vast distances because currently the average bandwidth it's unable to support the rapid transmission of information that is needed for remote surgical operation to function accurately. Other limitations include the need for additional training for highly specialized surgeons to be able to manipulate the complex controls without tactile feedback while being visually handicapped.
Theoretically, telesurgery can facilitate a team of surgeons from anywhere to work on the same patient, but there are hidden costs that have yet to be fully addressed. To a remote area that cannot afford specialists may it in fact have trouble in affording all the equipment. To have a successful telesurgery in rural areas, the high speed bandwidth needed for a good connection in telesurgery is often not met. Government should start the implementation public policies that help to establish these bandwidth speed necessary for the telesurgery.
It's been suggested that a Delphi team could be established, which would be a group of people who examine the limitations of telesurgery and come up with international policies that everyone would abide by to make the surgery accessible. There are many countries that have currently provided resistance at the moment, such as Ethiopia and Iran.
Well, remote surgery is not to be feared, but in fact, it can be the solution to many surgical problems in remote areas future. Telesurgery is also trying to incorporate facilitate feedbacks that allow surgeons to experience the tension and pull the actual tissue as opposed it to just having the visual information on the screen. Studies show that surgeons who experience tactile sensation during telesurgery surgeons are the more efficient in their surgeries than in surgeries with just visual feedback. These new systems can open a door to more varieties and more complicated types of surgery, such as cornea repairs that were recently done by the Vinci system.
By establishing public policies, we can train more medical professionals to become operators of telesurgery. And recent studies have shown that having more trained operators in the room can help improve errors that occur from lagging. Policy would also help to bring telesurgery to all countries and allow these innovations to move forward in all areas of the world.